everyone. I know I speak for the whole English department when I say that we are so excited to see you after Easter. School just isn't the same without all of you back in front of us, and you give us such a wonderful energy and it creates such a nice atmosphere, and it has been sorely missed. This video is just us sharing some of the plans that we've made for you after Easter, in the hopes that it will make everything seem manageable and hopefully kind of reduce any anxiety or worries that you might be having about how we're going to assess the course. So what we've decided to do is assess the course in key manageable chunks. Okay, so not everything together, things are going to be spaced out, because it's going to give you the opportunity of topping up, having one clear focus and topping up your skills for that assessment opportunity. Now, I've called it an assessment opportunity because that's exactly what it is. It is not this one test. Is not going to overwrite all the progress that you've made so far. Don't forget where your teachers, and we know you. We know what you're capable of, and we have gathered evidence of your hard work. So think of these, if you can, as positive opportunities of capturing how much you have improved after these top-up lessons, and when you've got, a really good chance of focusing at one thing at a time. Okay, so please don't think that everything you've done the whole year is going to be, pinned against you. I like to think of teachers as curators of the best work, and this is a great opportunity of really showing us what more you can do. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to be looking is at the close reading paper, the RUAE paper, which is out of 30% of the course. Don't worry, you're not just going to be hit with it one random day. You're going to have a series of lessons topping up your skills, reminding you of key strategies, and then you're going to have a checkpoint or an assessment in it. Then after that, we're going to be looking at the essays or the piece of literature you've studied, and you're going to be writing an essay on it, and that is worth 20% of the course, or 20 marks. Same as before, there'll be a real focus on it in the weeks in the lessons running up to the checkpoint, reminding you of question approaches, going over the text, revising the text once more, and it's topping up all the skills that we would like to see in the checkpoint. Next, we'll be looking at the Scottish text, and that is 20% as well, 20 marks, and we'll be doing exactly the same. So it will be a clear focus for that last one. You will only focus on that, revise the characters, revise some of the themes, and just gently remind yourself of how to approach some of the questions. Specifically, I don't know, the last question, for example, and how you might go around planning that. So don't forget as well the folio, which a lot of you will have done by now, and that is worth 30%. That folio will count as well. If you remember, you're only doing one piece this year, so thank you SQA for making our lives a little bit easier, and so that's why we've doubled the mark from 15 to 30, so it's one folio piece, and that will be taken into account as well. That hard work will certainly be captured. I know a lot of you will be thinking, what can I do in Easter, this last lengthy holiday before these checkpoints? I'd like to give you, I'd like to caution you against doing past paper after past paper and really tiring yourself out. You have worked hard. You need to take a breath and to feel rested. I would much rather see a pupil in front of me who has got a positive kind of rested attitude and is able to take on board the lessons and the tasks that I'm giving them than somebody who's absolutely exhausted and stressed and worried. So take the time to look after yourself in Easter. Think of it, instead of the last opportunity of cramming everything in, it's your last opportunity of having a rest and refreshing yourself. With that in mind, you could do some revision tasks. I'll happily outline one or two of them now for you. What I might do is for the Scottish text, for example, I might take the time to read it one last time. Or, and I know some of you have been doing the plays, there are versions, audio versions on YouTube. I certainly will be listening to Men Should Weep one last time. And you know what, just soaking it in, enjoying it, because they're great stories, they're great characters, and just taking this last chance of looking through it again. What I would do for essays, I wouldn't necessarily write loads and loads and loads. I would look at each kind of question that I've seen in the past papers on the SQA site, and I would plan, how would I answer that? What part of the text would be appropriate to answer each bit of the question? And you know what, the ones that I couldn't do, the questions that I weren't, didn't see a clear answer to, I would maybe keep a note of them and ask your teacher in the lesson, and discuss an answer together. So sometimes your revision is good because it allows you to find out in advance what you're not so confident of, and that will be addressed in the lesson. What would I do for the close reading paper? Well, I would look at some of the past papers online, and so a lot of the questions are understanding questions, which means the SQA have deliberately given you tricky words, and they're usually examples of what the tricky words are. Okay, so I would just take the time of reading through some of the papers given, okay, the close reading passages, and getting used to being challenged and not freaking out about just because you don't know that one word doesn't mean that you can't get the gist of the whole paper. So I would read the close readings, not necessarily answer any of them, but just familiarise myself with that style and hopefully just tune up my ability to guess what the answer is for a difficult word, and increase that kind of reading muscle, if you want to think of it that way. And I think that's it. Yeah, so take a deep breath, and when we come back in Easter, don't forget how lovely it usually is at the start of term to see everyone again. Yes, we are going to be approaching these checkpoints, but even better than that, we are going to connect with each other one another again, and once you're all together, I promise you, any kind of feelings of stress will be lowered when you realise we're all in the same boat together. We've all want you to do really well, and we're going to give you the opportunity to show us what you can really do. So I shall see you after Easter. Until then, take care, folks. Bye.